You are going to hear a radio program about two landscapes. Jasmine is interviewing John.
Good morning, listeners. Welcome to Nature's Wonders, the show where we explore the most breathtaking landscapes around the world. I'm your host, Jasmine, and today we have a special guest, John, who is an avid traveler and landscape photographer. Welcome, John.
Thanks for having me, Jasmine. It's great to be here.
Today we're diving into two incredible landscapes, the serene beauty of the Swiss Alps and the mysterious allure of the Sahara Desert. Let's start with the Swiss Alps. John, you've spent quite some time there. What makes the Swiss Alps so special?
The Swiss Alps are truly a marvel. The towering peaks, covered in snow, create a stunning contrast with the lush green valleys below. One of the most remarkable aspects is the tranquility you feel when you're surrounded by such natural beauty. The air is crisp, and the views are simply breathtaking.
That sounds amazing. Can you share a memorable experience you had while exploring the Swiss Alps?
Absolutely. One of my most memorable experiences was hiking up to the Aletsch Glacier. It's the largest glacier in the Alps, and seeing it up close was awe-inspiring. The sheer size and the way it glistens in the sunlight is something I'll never forget. Plus, the hike itself was an adventure, with stunning vistas at every turn.
Wow, that sounds incredible. Now let's switch gears and talk about the Sahara Desert. It's a completely different landscape from the Swiss Alps. What drew you to the Sahara?
The Sahara Desert has a unique charm of its own. The vastness of the desert, with its endless dunes and the ever-changing patterns of the sand, is mesmerizing. It's a place where you can truly disconnect from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and find a sense of peace and solitude.
I can imagine. What was one of the highlights of your time in the Sahara?
One of the highlights was definitely spending a night under the stars in the desert. The night sky in the Sahara is unlike anything I've ever seen. With no light pollution, the stars are incredibly bright, and you can see the Milky Way stretching across the sky. It's a humbling experience that makes you feel connected to the universe.
That sounds magical. Both the Swiss Alps and the Sahara Desert offer such unique and contrasting experiences. Before we wrap up, do you have any tips for our listeners who might be inspired to visit these landscapes?
For the Swiss Alps, I'd recommend going during the summer for hiking or winter for skiing. Make sure to bring proper gear and be prepared for changing weather conditions. As for the Sahara, it's best to visit during the cooler months, and always go with a knowledgeable guide. Stay hydrated and protect yourself from the sun.
Great advice, John. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us today.
My pleasure, Jasmine. Thanks for having me.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in to Nature's Wonders. Stay tuned for more exciting explorations of our planet's most beautiful landscapes. Until next time, keep exploring,